You know that feeling when you scroll through a sea of smart, whiteboards, see the slick renderings, and think you've found the perfect digital canvas for your classroom or meeting room only to set it up and realize the touch feels clunky. The software is a maze, and you're left wondering if you just threw good money after bad? I've been there, and that hesitation is why I'm breaking down the LG CreateBoard 55-inch collaboration display before you click Add to Cart. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. First off, let's talk about what this piece actually is. LG's 55TR3DQ is marketed as a CreateBoard, an all-in-one interactive whiteboard that promises lifelike touch, finger-drawn sketching, zoom, rotation, and a library of teaching templates. On paper, it reads like every other big-screen collaboration tool you've seen, but the real test is how it behaves when you're trying to annotate a lesson plan in the middle of a busy school day or sprint through a client presentation with a tight deadline. I spent a few afternoons in a small conference room and a couple of mornings in a high school computer lab pretending to be both a teacher and a project manager. The first thing that struck me was the sheer size of the screen. 55 inches of LCD feels big enough to replace a projector and small enough to fit on a typical wall mount without needing a dedicated media room. The panel runs on an ARM Cortex A73 plus A53 processor with 8 GB of RAM, which, in theory, should keep the UI buttery smooth. In practice, the interface launches quickly enough for casual use, but when you open a large PDF and start drawing over it, there's a noticeable lag of about half a second between your finger and the line appearing. It's not a game breaker, but if you need razor-sharp responsiveness for rapid brainstorming, you'll feel that pause. One of the touted strengths is the lifelike touch experience. Using just your fingertips, you can write, draw, zoom, and rotate content. For teachers who want to annotate a slide while students watch, the finger touch works decently. The pen-like feel comes close to a stylus on a tablet, but because there's no pressure sensitivity, the line weight stays constant. In a real-world scenario, that means you can't vary thickness for emphasis without switching tools. The built-in teaching templates are a nice touch. There are ready-made lesson boards for math, science, and language arts. I tried the math grid template during a mock algebra lesson, and the grid line stayed crisp even after several zooms. However, the template library feels limited compared to dedicated education software, and you can't import custom templates directly from a USB without first converting them into a supported format. Content sharing is where the CreateBoard tries to shine. You can cast a laptop screen, mirror a phone, or pull up a web browser straight from the display. In the conference room test, I connected a Windows laptop via HDMI and a MacBook wirelessly. The HDMI connection was rock solid, no lag, no flicker. The wireless Miracast, however, dropped frames whenever the Wi-Fi network was busy, which is a realistic concern in open office spaces with multiple devices. If your workflow relies heavily on wireless sharing, you might need a dedicated network or stick to wired inputs. Saving and exporting work is straightforward. After sketching on the screen, you can hit a button to export the canvas as a PNG or PDF, and the file lands in a shared folder on the attached USB drive. For teachers, that means you can hand out annotated worksheets instantly. For business users, you can archive meeting notes without opening a separate app. The catch? There's no native cloud integration. So if your organization lives in Google Workspace or Microsoft 365, you'll have to manually upload the exported files, adding an extra step. Now, let's talk about price and value. LG lists this unit in the premium range for interactive displays, and the price tag reflects that. With only 2 customer ratings on Amazon averaging a 2.6 out of 5 stars, the community feedback is thin, which is a red flag for any major purchase. The low rating suggests early adopters have run into issues that haven't been widely discussed yet. The lack of structured positive or negative review snippets forces us to rely on the spec sheet and our hands-on experience. If you're a risk-averse buyer, that scarcity of user feedback should give you pause. Who should consider buying the LG CreateBoard? If you're a small to medium educational institution that needs an affordable entry into interactive teaching without committing to a full-blown smartboard ecosystem, this could be a decent starter. The built-in templates and easy export workflow align well with teachers who want to digitize lesson plans quickly. Likewise, a startup or boutique agency that runs client workshops in a single room and prefers a straightforward, all-in-one device, no extra dongles, no separate PC, might find the simplicity appealing. Who should skip it? Large schools or corporations that demand enterprise-grade reliability, robust multi-user collaboration, and deep integration with existing cloud services will likely be disappointed. The lag on heavy annotation, the limited template library,